Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Wontumi cries to Mahama again for mercy. Bernard Entry Bossiakon, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP. The Ashanti region is supposed to be the World Bank of the NPP. It is the most important region when it comes to vote securing for the NPP. In fact, the party itself has its roots right there inside the Ashanti region. Let's zoom into the palace of the Asantehene at Manshia. That was where the NLM was founded. My brother, my sister, National Liberation Movement. This is Bernard Entry Bossiakon. He's a very careless man who speaks by heart with very little common sense as to how they chose him to be the Ashanti Regional Chairman of their party. Your guess is as good as mine. Every time he speaks, there's very little common sense in there. But when you live in a country where people are paid to talk rather than to think, then you have people like this. In fact, inundating our political space. Now, many people say he's a good organizer. He's able to get the masses together and talk to them. The masses who are not ready to listen to common sense, they are only ready to meet and eat food and make merry. This is Bernard Entry Bossiakon. In the run-up to the election, he was a thorn in the flesh of John Dramani Mahama, who was in opposition and doing everything possible to revive his almost dead political career. In fact, he never gave this man a resting space. Allegation upon allegation. One of the most nauseating allegations he leveled on this man was that he was a very dangerous womanizer who decided to rape his own maidservant. According to him, when the former president's wife went out to shop, he took advantage of her absence and jumped onto the maidservant, and he finished the maidservant. He didn't care how this was going to destroy the image of a former president. A former president of the nation who had at least run 1 term and a half, if not even more, completing the Atamil's tenure and then coming for his own tenure. In fact, from the camp of the president, it was not taken kindly to. But Entry Bossiakon didn't care. He said this on his radio station, went ahead to say it on his TV station, the Wontumi TV. A TV station that has been reserved for stupid propaganda. And that is what they do in there. Almost every day, Chairman Wontumi had something new to say about the former president. But he never responded even for once. It was a platform to denigrate, especially the former president of the republic. Under no circumstances, not once, did he ever respond to the allegations of Chairman Wontumi, not even the so-called defilement or rape issue that he leveled against him. My brother, my sister, rape is a very terrible thing to slap on a former president. And this illiterate sat on his radio station, right there in the TV station, and he didn't care how this was going to destroy the image of the president. So he threw it out. Well, he had information that the former president had heard it, but he wasn't happy because the whole information was a whole bunch of lies. But Chairman Wontumi didn't care. He was in power. He had the power to do galamsey. In fact, his president at the time, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, supported him and even came to the media to tell us all that this guy was not involved in any galamsey. despite an anti-mining commission headed by Professor Frimpong Boateng fingering him and calling him an illegal miner. The former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, still came out to support this man and to say that he was not involved in any galamsey. He had inordinate power. Power that was so much he could make or unmake any human being. He talked with very little common sense. And most of the time, people pushed him on. They egged him on with charmai, as he threw about his weight like a king sitting in a palanquin. But they lost power. Come here! They lost power. After 8 years of destroying the nation, 8 years of irresponsible governance, 8 years of saddling the nation in debt, 8 years of nonchalance, 8 years of carelessness, my brother, my sister, they drove this country into some debt that was unprecedented. To the point that when it was even time for election, they were campaigning against their own policies that saddled us in debt and crisis. The former president was disowned by his own vice president, Dr. Bawumia. He said he was only a mate. Today, my brother, my sister, as we speak, when they lost power, investigations went on, and it came out that Chairman Wontumi was a person of interest in the destruction of our forests, destruction of our water bodies, with the dirty galamsey or illegal mining activities that Frimpong Boateng, his own party member, had fingered him for. Because of that, Frimpong Boateng was in one way or the other kicked out of the party, and he was called by the former president Nana Addo as a very vindictive human being. Today, my brother, my sister, Wontumi is standing trial for some of the dangerous atrocities that he meted out to Ghanaians. Destroyed water bodies, destroyed flora and fauna, and he's even a person of interest in the Exim Bank fraud. Now, he has realized that power is very transient. He has been crying. He went knocking on the doors of the former president's wife, Lordina, begging for clemency. Not once, not twice. He tried to go to the former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to help him plead. But Mahama was not ready to listen to Chairman Wontumi. There are some things we say about a man. No matter how much he forgives you, he would not be interested in seeing your face again, because that reminds him of what pain you meted out to him. And that is what Mahama is going through right now. You can call Mahama a womanizer. You can call him a drunkard. You can call him a dead goat. But to impugn criminality to the point that a married man with children, grown-up children, some of whom are daughters, that he raped or defiled a little maid servant that was serving in his house. What kind of a man did we give the presidency to? The president doesn't seem to be able to forget this, even though he has forgiven Chairman Wontumi as a Christian. Well, Chairman Wontumi is standing trial. He has begged left, right, and center. He has realized that no matter what, he's going to jail. And after being thrown in jail, the Exim Bank issue is also staring at him so demonically. It looks like Chairman Wontumi would be in jail for so long. Now he has decided to humble himself. He has lost a lot of weight. Pastors are now praying for him before he goes to court. They bath him in anointing oil, promising him that Jesus will save him from all the crimes that he meted out to Ghanaians. He granted an interview to 1957, and he spoke to the former president. Listen to what he said to John Dramani Mahama, crying tears. Watch this.
Oh, see any pay. Say any pay. It drew the beer. Yanson say, sets Maccabi be at Tianoa. Obaka say, dear Enya Nenya, and dear Yanso Naya. Inti, and no dear, mention say a footful and a mention chair me poacha so. What I said, say, my bibia, mofa so money a dream. Yes, like I say, I'm sorry. Yes.
Come here. Now, those who do not speak Akan, he said, I am not too big to say I am sorry. If I have done anything wrong, and remember it's an if clause. If I have done anything wrong to the former president, I am not too big to say I'm sorry. I have taken wise counsel. I have been advised. And I want to come forward and say, in all humility, if I am wrong, then I'm sorry. He's still proud not to come out and unconditionally say, I'm sorry. He says, if he is not aware if he has offended the former president. Yet he goes around trying to solicit mercy from the corridors of the president's family. Today he has the opportunity to apologize. He says, if Semafumnoa and the find Cheme, what kind of apology is that? That comes with ifs and buts. He is not a repentant soul. This is Chairman Wontumi. Oh, at the helm of his power. Oh my God. People run after him night and day for favor and grace. He was like the Jesus Christ of the Galamsey world. He made so much money from destroying our land. Today, as he stands trial, he has realized that Basar Kishe Allah, as my Hausa people would say, and therefore, he's doing everything he can to speak to the former president for clemency. But the president has always maintained the law is the law. You are not in court because you impugn criminality to me. You are in court because you destroyed flora and fauna in Galamsey, allegedly. And you will go back to court for fraudulently stealing money from the Exim Bank, allegedly. Chairman Wontumi keeps crying. He keeps losing weight. He has realized that political power, oh, it's like a ladder. You climb, you get down for another person to climb. You see, Owo Achidieno, Oba Kunfru, is the black pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here, we speak truth to power.
Mama check you as a me akai mo comments ne kakra bia ne akoye second topic no eso Ebenezer Moto say mama ya please I will organize demonstration against you when you allow Mr. Ivan to close at 10 a.m. But sure do close to 10.
I'm not tab ni binka ho.
Mo beto airtime ni binka ho. Mombra me sponsors in to airtime ni binka ho yes adia. Or say I started waiting for him since midnight. Na midnight na maba adwuma. And I bet also say keep being you Ivan. You are unique. Kwazo Fiagbe. Or say Ivan don't worry, President Mahama is building new airports and name it after Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. No ye dear here. They are more de kwa wanana. Ye can't radio. Ye national one. Nelson Gomelesio. Hey, Facha Mr. Mabo Dineti. I was say, oh my God, Ivan is absolutely brilliant. Paddy, Didon was hey this guy. All right, and you Kofi Dompre or say people are accusing Napo for saying Bawumia is the wisest man in NPP. And Kufuado always said same years ago. And I say, Asema Napo kwa kaya wato bombui. And now because in another car the same thing. Okay, nyamini ya mbwa. Sasa sorry note.
Yeah, but
Osinyan seniba kopa wo party ni mu. Any cabinet. Say or the ala mu nyina akora fra including na
na make say Napo there osan kofa ne bi ma no because the guy is a political liability. Yeah.
All right, and second topic, so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, order NIB say, we can BNI. Some ben cran me and I been a kind of confuse me. A BNI. While the BNI say, one more encore investigate Kofi for soon cancer. Some are scholarship secretariat where one would NPP Nibia. Wamo akotua sika amiyama na scholarship. Proud to say Obeka Sasem no na ono say ba no year recruitment nominate de keka ho a NPP time no mo ton na omo ton ya mo no kro betimi aka say scholarship secretariat yukura woni NPP ni bia wakwa akoto bi wo ho eno na asafoje ba be yi ano say even country na all kan ho asem kra no President Mahama say e ka ne niam a ewo ho nti omo suspending any scholarship or mobile awarded to that particular country, which is UK. Enti asem no nani aje ho say president say but more any investigation. Enti innocent.
Yeah. I think that we are Ghana near sometimes that we are culture said the quality of leadership reflected the well-being of that country. Until all your mind now put two jokers in place, that is the crisis kind of leadership that you get. Abrante your kwatena TV so say radio so all keka sansem we nyina no ma wurem fi say watena baby as a CEO pen now bisa won say etira kasa yi etire be na now de yes CEO no because some all kan nyina akwese panyini wearing a baby's brain out the nam kon some all kan nyansa bia nim and he was even fumbling.
Yeah,
he could not pinpoint exact because OTTV so now will make categorical allegations about corruption. You should be able to speak to fact.
Yeah, you
cannot just make mere allegations, that's supposition and conjecture without being able to link it to actual thing. You can see your investigation.
Yeah.
And some now can you clearly from his demeanor you could see say Abra present and poki no then no one knew or say uncle but or say because what they can't tell that. So he needed to just navigate na onke kambing gumsa. So in some now as a critical analyst watching subsequent to Abra Yebisa and question your can na seven onim de no and as a mature mind he should have beaten around that particular time and beat a retreat. But Anam said more hunting, he went ahead and not to go bebre. Yeah. And some now can do no scholarship secretariat.
Yeah.
My culture say open one avenue NPP pencil mudi di bonia kasia that particular way. Somebody called me from UK the last time. The gentleman is even in Ghana now.
Yeah.
This through scholarship secretariat, omu issue fake appointment, fake scholarship. You find letters in the forum. Minimum about 7 people at the UK embassy are banned for 10 good years because of the scholarship secretariat. Oh yes, yes. Because apart from some more original, they also issue you fake. And MPP core oppositioning. There are letters that has been signed by the previous CEO. Award for scholarship. He can get you copies of some of these things, which the BNI will also be investigating. Abina wa free kodo. There was scholarship letters signing 2025. Oh yes. So these are fake documents. Some of them are sending it back to the secretariat. Obi oni aban mu sign signature na for eji amamfo sika. So in some na mo kan ekoso. But I can tell you say as for jenyo obi a ono kwatena so cotton scholarship. And sa country na o kan no Germany, your friend say UK, Canada, US. And I'm say a car egu o minus so no. Na say we send them come palm students. Memphis thereby and na say for empty. There has been a directive since NDC took over. Nobody has been awarded a scholarship or UK Oko your friend is saying America and now Oko Canada.
Yeah.
Apart from one more that. And so say Obi ton scholarship. He is referring to NPP pencil scholarship number 10 because that was not winning out to Toby.
Now give you
exactly. And the last time I came here, I brought the documents. About 700-page document. I need now chronon kwana ne as for J9, so short courses are not more deep chrono. Nobody's running short courses at our scholarship secretariat. And today, answer now scholarship
short courses and I give you a worry any nikunuko ye.
Yes. And can this buy honestly make say yan so opportunity as my uncle for Kobe. But and I'm say bin me dwene o man no hunintino it has been clipped. Yanka betimi aso nipa do mako UK akogu so because the car almost be the last time it was around $20-something million.
Ah.
Yes.
Yakofa sika do way.
And because omo dem kra no come to school fees no sika no omo they were also using the office to do visa racketeering. And the amount scholars when I catch us kofa dependent bra. And do timi kofa wo yere no maka ho a na scholarship secretariat etua wo yere na wo maka abra wo papa esua de e wo UK na school fees na se yetua na yentua na for stipends na se ye de mamo no na ya fa ho na ye je ye de ye ton scholarship nipa na answer na wo beba bia no so no ye be make sure say they will take more than 100,000 from each one of you. So it was a money making machine and an AC hall. They were not awarding scholarship. So in their twisted mind, they think that is what is happening now. Anything and some no cannot the double so no. But today the gentleman is trying to do everything he can to bring sanity to the place. So that particular place has been under constant investigation since Asafoje took over. Yes. Your friends say national security and so forth. They are still reviewing their documents and so forth. So the last time the documents will go out. Crime now across that particular way. No, I think the Attorney General need to give it a special attention, very special. And crime now also, but it's not under Safoje. No. Resource do not say scholars do not say no crime because I don't know you're jonkolizing in there. And until I buy say. Abuse no over the years. No, say or 1 year free the presidency.
Yeah.
And the scholarship secretariat is going under the education ministry, where a committee will be set up. Yeah, Makwaku scholarship. Kwaku will need to convince a committee of about 4 or 5 people. And who say your case is genuine. Now me come kwakra and kasa foreign scholarship ni yentwam. Because sika yes say foreign scholarship no. Legon ehie say sika na dia ya but we live in a country where people are so myopic, narrow-minded, and we are so we say because school bruchira and the say who you are. I'm on for bruchira no and you wouldn't come on the brave ukroma say emura because the prominent universities among for Kodiji in the Bopra America. No, how many of you can go? How many Ghanaians and our Harvard? How many Ghanaians and our MIT? How many Ghanaians and what your friend is saying? At that big university, the academy in I am Krabata, which Legon is far better than most of them. But and I'm saying we are so narrow-minded, you know, over outside, or Kenya Krakoye degree bakruma, people even respect it more than degree here. But I can tell you that there are a bunch of intellectuals in this particular country. Because education sometimes is not about facility. It is about you, the individual, availing yourself to the institution and making yourself better. You don't go to university to be taught. You go there to learn. So that is why because I'm going university, you go in your own terms. Sometimes your friend is you look at your needs and how you can use the university resources to address those needs. That is education. But it's not about now. Well, of course, don't na Momo Munya scholars require children. About best 40% they don't go. Or the shop baby boxes Jessica. School one yes. But people were forging documents that they were paying school fees and they were taking the money. People were forging, we said they were paying stipends. I know people whom your friend is saying, Yama almost scholarship, we and a catcher almost say, Quasiana, where your mount, Visa Sefako US, I over your mount, Visa Sefako.
I'm not PENDREAM TV. Now, so far, so good. Say, open online portal, a Ghana. Nipa share, Nipa follow, Nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.